What's going on, guys? Janificent here, and before today's video starts, I just want to apologize for not really being super consistent with my videos. I say this every time I try to upload a video super late, but I've been procrastinating a lot this year, and I want to try and fix that for whenever I get back on track. I intend to get back on track because I have so much more content that I can work with now. But yeah. That being said, I apologize, and I'm gonna try and get back on track as soon as I possibly can. This is something that I don't really do on my video on my channel a lot. I'm gonna be talking to you guys about a story that's happened to me when I was little. Well, not little. I was in like sixth or seventh grade when this happened. But the title speaks for itself. I knocked myself out with my bike, and it's a pretty interesting story that I want to talk to you guys about. I don't really think I've really told anybody aside from uh, some of my friends, and obviously my parents know about this because they were there to witness it. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to be talking to you guys about this story. But before I do tell the story, I just want you guys to know the gameplay in the background is Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, I think. Um, I haven't played a Ratchet and Clank game in years, so the gameplay is going to be kind of meh. If you guys want to see any of these classic games, I have a whole bunch of games that I can play on devices such as the Game Boy Advance, the DS, even the PS2 and Wii. So I have a whole bunch of games that I can play with, and I intend on getting some content out of those games. So if you guys want to see anything, just let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to get something out. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the story time. So this happened when I was in like sixth or seventh grade. I've already said that, and it was back when I was staying at my grandparents for the time being, and some of my neighborhood friends came over with their bikes and they also brought a ramp, and the ramp wasn't too big at all. Like it was a pretty small ramp, and my grandma's yard it kind of has a weird layout. It's got like two big ramps. It's got like two big hills in her yard, and then it leads down into a flat grass, and then it goes down a smaller another hill. So it's a weird layout, I know. But my neighborhood friends and I and my brother, I think I don't remember if he was there or not, but we all went on this. We all started at the top of the hill, which leads into the street. We made sure not to get into the street because we didn't want to get hit by a car. So we stayed at the top of the hill, went down both the hills, and then went onto the ramp. And once it got off the ramp, we circled back around and just kept repeating it. And we did this for about a solid hour. None of us got hurt or anything. And when it was my turn to go into the hill or to go into the ramp, I decided to go across the street into my neighbor's yard. She didn't really mind, and I went as fast as I possibly could towards the hill and then down both of those hills. And when I hit the ramp, um, I landed front. I didn't realize that I had to pull back on a bike at this time, so that way I wouldn't end up killing myself. So the bike landed front wheel first, flipped over. I face planted into the ground, and my bike hit both my back, or it hit my legs, my back, and then it hit me in the head. Obviously, I was in a lot of pain. And shortly after I got hurt, I didn't remember anything. Like, um, the furthest I remember is my dad putting me in the car because he thought I had a concussion, and so my friend he took me inside because I was in a lot of pain. Obviously, I went inside crying, and he took me downstairs, which is where my dad was. And he took me down there, and my dad put me in the car, and then like I think 2 or 3 minutes later, I passed out, and I woke up in the car about an hour and a half later, maybe 2 hours later, and I was in front of a bank. I was in front of a TD bank, and my dad started asking me a series of questions to make sure I didn't like lose any memory or like take any sort of brain damage or anything like that, which I didn't, thankfully. And he started asking me a series of questions to make sure that I was okay. So I answered the questions, and then about another 2 or 3 minutes later, I passed out. And then I woke up like 30 minutes later in front of a Blockbuster. Now, keep in mind, I'm about to be 22 years old. So being in front of a Blockbuster at that time was kind of cool, not gonna lie. And he started asking me a couple of questions again to make sure that I was okay still. So he asked me these questions, and he said, "Okay, you're fine, hopefully." And after that, he told me to get out of the car so I could try and walk because he didn't know how much pain I was in, and obviously I was in a lot of pain. And we started just walking around inside the Blockbuster for a little bit, and my vision was really, really blurry. Like, I don't remember too much from that day, but my vision was super blurry at the time, and he and I were just walking around for a little bit, and towards the end of the day, um, I saw Skyrim sitting on there. I don't know what Skyrim was doing inside of a Blockbuster, but I saw Skyrim in there, and I asked my dad if I could have it, and he bought me Skyrim, and that's the first time I've ever played that game at that time. So yeah, that was an interesting story nonetheless. I went to school the next day. I was in a lot of pain, and my friends that were there asked me if I was okay, and obviously yes, I was okay at the time. But yeah, word of advice: if you're gonna ride or bike down a hill, make sure you pull back on the bike so you don't end up killing yourself. So yeah, this was just a little short story that I wanted to share with you guys. I don't tell this to a whole lot of people because honestly, I kind of forget about it. But yeah, I knocked myself out with a bike when I was little, and I haven't rode my bike since. As my brother and I were growing up, we were more focused on video games and whatnot. So yeah, my bike is still at my grandparents' house. I don't ride it. The tires are probably flat, and the chain probably doesn't work. So yeah, if you have any more stories if you guys have any stories that you want me to tell on the channel, be sure to hit me up on any of my social medias linked down below. And I do have a couple of other stories that I can tell that are probably going to be a lot shorter than this one. But yeah, if you guys want to hear any more stories, I'll be more than happy to tell them. With that being said, hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.